going to either bring us out or bring us through. Either way, we win. And this is a picture of my family. I have 5 kids. And this is, of course, Joanna, my wife. She's here. I tell folks, I'm the best guy to see on the worst day of your life. Joanna is the best person to see any day of your life. I mean, we go to baseball games and stuff, and everybody kind of flocks around Joanna. Now, when they see me, they're like, oh, that's him. And they go the other direction. But Joanna's awesome. And so this is number 3, Georgia Ann. And Georgia, and this is an outcome I never expected. I never expected this outcome. Georgia Ann is now illustrating a children's book with me called Climbing the Upside Down Tree, about 2 little boys in Africa, and one is living by performance-based acceptance, and the one is kind of learned the hard way through some mistakes to ask his dad for help. And she's making, and you know, never in my mind would I have thought of that outcome. So often, God's outcome for our lives is very different than the outcome that we desire, based upon that second level. God has sometimes a different goal for our writing. And so then I think about number 4. This is Jane Aubrey Rose. Now, Jane Aubrey Rose is our senior. She's a homeschooled kid, smart, writing her first novel. Wow. And then, I'm not going to embarrass Joanna today, but Joanna wrote a poem for a friend that we had that just died in the funeral, and it was the most amazing poem I've ever read. I'm like, wow, Joanna, why don't you get up here and do this today? But I'm just saying, thinking about this in our lives, sometimes as writers, we have this objective, we have this purpose that we think that we want God to do. And often, God has a very different objective for our lives. And so the question is getting in line with what God's doing in our writing. I want you to think of this as circles. Okay, there's a lot of different ways I can describe these equations. We can describe them as levels of a pyramid, like a ziggurat. You can describe them as lenses. I like to think of them as circles. You know, the first circle is that first level of thinking. You know, it's a small circle, isn't it? Not everything fits in that circle. But when you get into that bigger equation, the hero zero, the self equation, it's better. I mean, some things fit in that. I mean, it's definitely true. We can't minimize our responses. Our responses are important. But when you think about this grace equation, this life equation, whatever you want to call it, I want you to think, I mean, this slide doesn't even, I mean, the circle is bigger than this slide when you think about God's grace. It's bigger than New Orleans. It's bigger than the earth. It's bigger than the expanding universe. Everything fits in the realm of God's grace. And so just realizing that today in your life, I just want to encourage you. How does grace change the circumstances? So often grace changes the way that we see our circumstances. You know, it's funny, the first level I talk about crying over spilt milk. Well, we know that God often, and God can, often deliver us out of our circumstances. You know, we know those Red Sea experiences, but so often grace begins by changing the way that we see our experiences and giving us a different viewpoint in those writing challenges that we face. So once again, grace changes our circumstances, first of all, by helping us see the opportunities that we have to honor God. You know, by helping us to experience God in new ways. Last night I was meeting with a friend of mine that we haven't seen in 10 years. We don't come over here to Louisiana much. You know, Texas people, I'm scared to come over here in this swampland. Afraid I'm going to get thrown in one of these swamps and get eaten by an alligator, okay? But I was visiting with a friend last night. He's a pastor in Baton Rouge, and his wife went through an advanced stage breast cancer. And as we just kind of listened to them talk about their experiences, you know, and she's now 6 years out, and it looks like, man, she's going to be fine. But, you know, had to go through chemo, surgeries, and everything. And as they began to share that, Billy was talking about how he was talking to his sons, who were in junior high at the time, about what it was going to be like if Mama didn't live. What a conversation. You know, and through that process, he said, you know, I'm so thankful. I mean, I would never want to go through that experience again, but now that I have, I realize that I I have come to know God in a deeper, more intimate way than I never would have been able to, even as a pastor, even as seeing people and counseling people through this cancer and through difficult life circumstances. I would never be able to understand that. And so, once again, thinking about the connection between your circumstances and what God is moving in your life to write and create. Just think about that this is an opportunity to honor God, to experience Him in new ways. It's an opportunity to grow spiritually. It's also an opportunity to influence other people. You know, it's funny, when we go through a difficult crisis in our life, like my building burned, when my building burned in this little small town in Nacogdoches, man, everybody, I mean, it was like everybody's eyes were on me. I had an opportunity, it was like an amplifier. Everybody was watching. And I just want to encourage you, whatever you're going through, whatever you're thinking, if you're writing a devotional, thinking about those experiences, those painful experiences, you begin to write and to begin to share. Those are the things that will connect with people in your writing. How does grace change our ability to respond to our circumstances? Well, if you think about it, this response is a faith response. Now, every level of thinking has faith. The question is, what is the credibility of the faith in which things are placed upon? And so we know on this third level, this faith response is one of cooperation. Once again, God already has a plan for your writing. God already has a purpose for your writing. The question is will we respond to those circumstances that He places in our lives, and will we begin to make those steps and cooperate? It begins with acceptance. And then we accept the reality of where we are. It begins with acknowledging our inadequacy, right? Then we move to adjusting our lives to meet and to measure to what God's doing in our lives. And then we move to that point of anticipating what God may be doing. There is a sub-equation here, this response equation. There's a lot of sub-equations in this, but just thinking about that. Our response is one to cooperate with God in our circumstances.